Because there was memes that people would post on these like silent pages where people wouldn't show their face, but they'd be racist memes, like obviously super racist, like a dude in a hood, like KKK type jokes. So in that same article where you have my pictures, at the very end it says, these are also pictures that have been posted in other private groups. Like attaching it to my article, like that spins a narrative. 4 years ago, when women are going so hard on the toxic masculinity, look at the type of men that bred from that. Men in general, there's so many simps, these OnlyFans, these people. The reason why these creators are millionaires because there's some guy there that feels better paying for someone that he'll never meet than outside. And they also start adjusting how they act as men to be more acceptable to what women want. I've been trying to prove myself to people for no reason. Like the only thing I needed to prove was that I love being here, that I have a reason to be here. I didn't need to listen to everyone else telling me why I need to be here.
Gio, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that your full name or that's
It's Giovanni.
Giovanni? I
Yeah,
thought so.
Giovanni. Martini, my last name.
I didn't
So
want to get it incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, bro. Thanks for coming. And you
I'm glad to
probably
be
had,
here.
besides the guys who flew in here, driving wise, you were the furthest distance, man. You drove for 4 or 5 hours to be here, so I appreciate that.
No worries.
I appreciate you here. Yeah, man. A lot of things I want to talk about. I don't know where to start with. I guess maybe let's start with how you went viral.
Yeah.
What you were doing at the time.
Yeah.
And how you went viral. Because I kind of been following your page.
Everybody in the apartment, any job of wherever you worked, honestly, I don't know if you ever heard of the page U.S. Army What the Fuck Moments?
No.
So like when I was
No.
in the Army on Facebook, that's what it was. It was U.S. Army WTF moments, and it was making fun of the shit that everybody talks about
Yeah.
every day, but you never see it anywhere else. But so then when you see a military joke that's you hear only in your rooms and it's a meme, it was like that. And then it was during a time, I know when I served, people would get fired for talking shit about the president. Now I see people in uniform on TikTok, so I don't know how much it's advanced. But like the aspect of what it was like they were like heroes because you didn't know who they were. It was posting funny shit. It was going viral. It was making the higher-ups mad because they couldn't figure out where it was all coming from. So I guess I always had in the back of my mind I wanted to do something like that. Never knew what I would do it in. And then I worked for the Bureau of Prisons. And then I was there I would say it was for about 4 or 5 years before I'd been thinking about it. Had a discussion in like our segregation unit in SHU one time, and we were talking about memes, and I'm like, man, I should make like a world star hip hop like meme page, but about the Bureau, like stupid. Like I took like during COVID, I made a video because during COVID they switched our academy for the Bureau was garbage anyways, but it went from like 3 weeks to 4 days.
Jesus.
Yeah, so then there's like a scene from 21 Jump Street when they're trying out for the academy, and like
I know what it is.
and then it says, what is your agency standards for the academy? And then it says Glencoe, Georgia, and then it's that video. And then it shows like Channing Tatum, like at the end when he graduates, he's got like a C minus and he's like excited. Just that little part, it verifies what everyone feels about the Bureau anyways. Because like when you go to Glencoe, Georgia for training, FLETC, you see ATF, you see CBP, you see ICE, you see marshals, you see them marching everywhere. And then you see BOP, you got like these fat fucks with green hair, like people like their uniforms are like all disheveled. Like it's just, we look like the Bad News Bears, right? But it's also because it's really the staffing numbers in corrections has always been low. Like I don't ever remember a time where they talked about overstaffing. I feel like that's a law enforcement thing anyways, just because of the mental toll it takes on people. Just that alone is enough. So the only thing that I could ever do is laugh even when shit sucks. I couldn't stand being around people that, like, if you're in hell, you don't need the person in the room reminding everyone what we're already seeing right now. You don't need to hear that all the time. And that's what I felt. So I would take like the inverse of that and turn it into video memes to where like, or just like I'll take it from a movie and I'll apply it. For instance, like when I was telling you about Dublin, they shut this prison down because of it, because there was so much. There was a chaplain that was sleeping with female inmates. There were multiple staff that were sleeping with female inmates. And then the warden would tell these females that if they would refuse, he would get SIS or the investigative services to put cases on them and transfer to higher security prisons. Like, it was that deep. And the federal system, honestly, I feel like mostly every agency tries to gatekeep things they release, obviously, but the feds are even worse. Like, there's nothing that's ever, you never hear of a staff assault in a prison and for the feds and it get released to the news. You hear about one in Nevada or CDC, you'll see all this camera footage pop up and shit. With the feds, there is none of that. So then anything talked about to the outside is taboo to them. So, like, when I made that meme where I took Orange is the New Black, the video where it's a lieutenant proposing to an inmate, and because it seems like it was based off of that show is actually pretty much damn near what it is, working around female inmates. That right there is exactly all. I feel like every prison in the feds that has females is like that. So then I just put on there, forget dating outside when you could just become a CO and join Prison Tinder, just swipe left and you get a new inmate, and then he's proposing to her. And if you read the caption, the caption is I was talking crap about the warden, about I never understand how men in this day and age, I don't care how low you are, if you need it that bad, you can go get it anywhere you want to. You know, so the fact that you have to be with someone, whether the inmate wants to or not, that's the only way that you can do that, to where you'll risk your life and then you'll get preyed upon and then become a predator for it. All of that just to get something that, to be honest, if you're that, you can literally pay for it outside. So I never understood people risking their jobs over something that stupid. So then that was what I put in that. But they took it as I was making fun of the victims. If they flipped it on me. So then because it went like that, that actually, an article popped up in the news where I saw my Instagram name. It was called Good Verbal. And it was on KTVU Fox in Oakland because someone reported my page. So then I'm over here reading the memes, and I'm like, what the fuck, my memes are on here? Like, they had one where I have like a picture of Justin Bieber and this big black dude, and they're in prison, right? And he's looking at Justin Bieber with his hand on his lap, and it says, when a DC meets a chomo for a celly. Well, DC inmates and the feds are known for being wilds. Like, they will sleep with men, they will pull their penis out when they see women, they'll do a lot of crazy shit. And
you gotta sometimes, like, I know the lingo, you know the lingo, you gotta break it down to what DC and Chomo means, because they don't know.
Okay, so DC, that's Washington, D.C., so the inmates from anywhere from D.C., because it's not a state, it's a federal crime, so whenever they commit felonies, they have to get transferred out the federal system. Well, there's a lot of them, but they do not roll with any specific, yes, they're black, but they don't roll with any other gangs. They don't really constrict themselves other than the fact they roll with DC, and they're wild. So, like, they're the most, in that car, that's what they call them, in that car, in the feds, they are the most known for 205 cases, which is sexual behavior, like explicit.
So they're close to the gay boy gangs.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely. GBGs, absolutely.
Yeah. And then Chomos are your child
molesters.
Yeah. So now you have a full story.
Yes, there you go. So then when a lot of times when they PC up, when it comes to protective custody, when two people are in protective custody, it doesn't matter if this guy was a shot caller or this guy was a bank thief. Like, if you guys are both protective custody, that's where you're going. So obviously you can tell when a DC meets a chomo and then him holding his leg what that really means. So that was flipped on me. And it was saying that I was calling the black dude the chomo and Justin Bieber the DC.
Really?
So, yes.
Through what logic?
Just because that's what it was said to them. That's because from the outside looking in, that's what it looked like. So I'm reading and I'm seeing the memes that I made myself on PixArt. That's the app I use because, like, and I just see it, I'm like, wow. And then 4 news articles pop up.
You didn't even get it right, goddammit.
Yeah, nothing. Everything that I put, they reversed it. But it was because the person... there was a person there that was trying to sue the Bureau for all the injustices. There's always people doing that. Yeah. So what they did, is they were using my page to show the culture of it by exaggerating the things that I did to attach it, because there was memes that people would post on these like silent pages where people wouldn't show their face, but they'd be racist memes, like obviously super racist, like a dude in a hood, like KKK type jokes. So in that same article where you have my pictures, at the very end it says these are also pictures that have been posted in other private groups, like attaching it to my article. Like, that spins a narrative, and that's not even like if you look at every single one of them, there was these prior inmates that did it. I can't ever find the video again, but they actually did a review on my meme page before my face was even there. And they went through it all, and they couldn't even find anything racist, and they were both black dudes that were at that same prison for 5 years. And so it got to a point where our Colette Peters, who is in charge of like CDC now of California, I don't know what.
Who's that?
Colette Peters, she used to be the director of the Bureau of Prisons. So the director of the Bureau of Prisons is elected by the president. So like Joe Biden elected her, and the president and the Trump elected the guy that's in there now. So like that's how far the Federal Bureau of Prisons is up there, because I believe there's 113 total, and they're closing 6 down, but they're everywhere, and it's all under that one umbrella. Well, she got it, and she was during the time where she was trying to make the world a better place by switching us to, was it the Norway model? Mm-hmm. That she's part of that whole type
Stupid.
of. Yes. So then when I heard that she was sending a team to investigate me, she had a long neck, and that's what everyone talked about her. So I would make memes where, like, off of her videos, where while she's talking, her interviews, I'd have a giraffe face. So it kind of just...
Hold on, I'm gonna see. Colette Peters?
Yes, director Colette Peters.
Uh-huh.
I believe now she's, in some capacity, she is a advisor to CDCR.
Colette Peters.
Yeah, and then so she sent a team of 15 people that came down to ask inmates and staff. Because yes,
giraffe neck.
Yeah, you see the neck?
That's all right.
Yes, yes. And she's been on 60 Seconds.
Uh-huh.
She got grilled when she went before Congress. I'm asking her questions. She got destroyed because she took over. They always say it's in chaos.
Oh, yeah, I've seen some clips. She was being questioned about the inmates.
Yes, and she was horrible.
Yeah, she sucked. Yeah. Oh, man, I've seen this. Yes, I remember her now. That makes sense. Yeah, the chick with the long neck. Somebody asked her a question, dude, and she gave the stupidest answer ever, and like very like progressive answer that made absolutely no sense.
And deflecting.
And yeah,
it's always
yeah.
That happened before I got here.
Yes.
That happened before I got. That's what they all do.
Yep.
So like I was making fun of that with my meme page.
And that's the person that was elected. Well, the president was a retard at the moment anyway.
Oh,
so
yes.
It makes sense, retard.
Yes, because she wanted to spin this narrative because prison violence is so bad that if we give them Xboxes and make it like Norway, it'll change. But they don't ever really compare the demographics of what it is in Norway compared to our crime rates.
Me and Hector Bravo talked about that. As a matter of fact, I knew about the Norway system back in the days because when I went to graduate school and I was studying criminology and law, and back then this whole indoctrination and liberal views weren't as heavy, at least at the time, because I was in grad school 2013, 2016.
Yeah.
That's a good decade ago. I feel like in the last 5 years alone, it just exponentially blew up. So there was already like hints of that.
Yeah.
So when I became a cop and I start seeing that, and then I have friends who are COs, and they're telling me about that, I wasn't surprised that it was coming, but you are 100% correct. You cannot implement something that was taken from a culture so different, with demographics so different, with crime rates, the types of crimes that are so different, and think it's going to work.
Yeah. It's like forcing meditation on gangsters and telling them because it worked for the monks, it'll work for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Like your discipline is
That's a good one.
You got to meditate right now for an hour and everything will be better.
Before you shoot somebody, yeah.
It makes so like when they think about it like that, do I believe that people can earn better spots or better situations inside there? Like it has to do with what their violent crimes are. Like if you're talking about the worst of the worst prisons, giving them Xbox, like the things that they're trying to do by, they say because we dehumanize them. So they're trying to humanize them so much that you cross boundaries to where staff no longer know how to enforce them. They already have a hard time with that. That's why people sleep with inmates, or all the crooked stuff that happens. People bringing drugs in. They already don't know boundaries. So now you make them more friendly. That makes it an even worse environment. And I'm not saying to abuse them all and fuck them all up, but you have to be able to, you need to be able to respect someone that's in charge of your safety. Like, you think of security guards when they look like crap outside of a 7-Eleven, no one gives a shit about what they are like. And I'm just talking security. But if you had dudes in suits outside of a place where they look serious and they do not, it's not being, it's just called being matter of fact. If you were always matter of fact, it actually gets your words across way more in any situation. And they take that away.
The same thing you just harped on right now about COs, right? I've been saying that for decades about cops.
Yeah.
The sloppiness, the level of physical preparation, the look, the attire, just the demeanor and everything. Standards across the border have been lowered, brother.
Yes.
Have been lowered. But I think COs even more than patrol cops. Because, like, at least there's no cops with green hair. Well, at least not anywhere around. I've seen some with rainbow hair and like.
No, I know.
Like, I made this meme about this stupid cop who was like, San Francisco PD first of all, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw that poster. It's like I'm here to like, and he's playing in the background the song. I'm here to get cuties, and it's got that freaking rainbow patch that SFPD has. Dude, and I don't make reaction and response videos to police for very rarely, but that one I had to say something. I'm like, if you guys gonna hire this kind of trash who is clearly out there saying that he's on the job to hit another man, then don't be surprised your city is trash. Like San Francisco is destroyed. It's disgusting.
And it's funny because it's almost like they want that to happen because they want the police to be so accepted so bad now, that they're allowing all this corny stuff to bring all the people that talk about them, about police this and police that. It's like the whole 4 years ago, when women are going so hard on the toxic masculinity. Look at the type of men that bred from that. Men in general, there's so many simps, these OnlyFans, these people. The reason why these creators are millionaires is because there's some guy there that feels better paying for someone that he'll never meet than outside. And they also start adjusting how they act as men to be more acceptable to what women want. So then women start figuring out, wait a minute, we actually don't like that we have a girlfriend as a guy. We miss men. So like it goes in all these phases. And right now, police force and corrections, you feel, I feel that those type of men are being phased out for those type of TikTok videos. Like those type of people, because they just want to be accepted and stop talking so bad about us, that they're weeding out the people that are defending and they're only recruiting the people that are being accepting. Like it's like a blend. And when I see it, like I could see on every cop's face that I see who's sick of the fucking job. I could see.
Oh yeah, dude.
I could see who's new.
Yeah.
I could see who doesn't really know yet. I like all on their faces. Then I could see the guy that's probably been there too long, and he feels all the stuff and all the change. And I remember that's what it was like working in prison too. You saw it every day,
and it takes a toll on you.
Yeah,
it takes a mental toll on you. Nothing hurt me the most on the job. Well, not hurt me. It was nothing more sad for me to see a cop who has absolutely no spark in his eye when he's on the job.
Yes, I can see that.
Like checking in, clocking out, doing a bare minimum. That's not even beneficial. That is a liability and danger to the department himself and people around him. Yeah. Like just a bare minimum cop. And some of them by nature just sloppy, lazy people.
Yeah.
But sometimes I actually come across those who I was like, hey, man, like this guy is just a slap. It's like, no, it was a hard charger. Good cop, and he got pinched by the department once, twice, 3 times, and now he's just here to do his 9 to 5 mandatory and retire in the next few years.
Yeah,
and that just think about it, it's like that just destroys you, man. So I respect what you've done. You did not allow this bullshit, and I try not to cuss, but that's that liberal bullshit, that this progressive, whatever they want to call it, get to you and bug you down in a department where you would have been miserable for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And it takes some balls to quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Like, to be honest, it does, because everyone, there's a thing that everyone says everyone's gangster until it's time to do gangster
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Like it's that can be applied to everything. Like
Everything.
I had a lot of I had people that were everyone knew it was me. Like when it happened at Victor, when I did the meme page, I wasn't actually afraid of people finding out. Like people that I knew were telling and it was getting out, but at the same time I had an idea I was going to do something with social media. I didn't know how far it was into it yet. All I knew is I had just made a rap album and it did well for Corrections, but that wasn't me. Like the older I get, I don't have the energy to go out and perform like that. It was just showcasing something I used to do and I was trying to help out a friend. Then I did the meme page and then I started getting a rush from it because I remember when it blew up on Facebook, the pictures that I would do when I take all this time to make these memes, and I'd go to the comments the next day and they're lit up with people from across the country agreeing and thinking like, wow, I can't believe this happens over there too. This has happened the same way here. And it's going back and forth. And I'm getting like invited to like the union pages of certain prisons. Like I remember some prison, they were posting that they were having like a father, like some type of dance for the union on a Friday. And I put on there as Good Verbal invited. So Good Verbal is what we say in every count time. So every single time, there's 5 counts a day. Every time you get the first call in that you have, before you get the paperwork to verify that you got a good count, they call on the radio Good Verbal. So that gets announced 5 times a day. So my idea was to have a meme page that go viral. So every time you heard Good Verbal in prison, there's going to be someone that remembers that page or talks about it. So that's how I was trying to spread it.
Okay. Okay.
And then so just little things. So then what I felt from it is I started connecting with people, and that meant way more than trying to continue the reputation that I had there, fighting through to be an example there, or fighting through all the politics, because the higher you get up there, they always say the less of yourself you have to be. And I've never been that way. I can't. Like, I've never been able to be less of me, because I feel I'd rather have someone be the worst of them than fake it. Like, I'd rather see that. We had a guy that everyone called a snitch, but he wasn't. You know what he'd tell people? If you do anything out of pocket in front of me, I'm going to tell on you, because I'm only doing it by policy. So to me, that guy is telling me who he is right away. I'm not looking at it as, wow, I can't do. What the fuck are you? What are you so worried about that you can't do anything? Just don't do anything.
That's fair. I respect that.
Yeah, they would do hospital trips, like where we guard inmates. You know it. They just sit out there, and he would take pictures of dudes that were sleeping, and people would get mad. And I'd say, you got mad, but at the same time, he tells you he's going to tell on you if you do anything out of pocket. Yeah, I mean, it's weird that he did that, but at the same time, if a nurse came in and reported it, he's covering himself because you did something you're not supposed to. So I only see it that way. But people get in this clique of trying to, it's almost like the mere inmates. Like they want to be stand up, like no rat. Everyone is like so anti all of that. But what they don't realize, there's a lot of people that'll put you in situations like use of forces over ego. And then they're the ones that actually end up folding, and they will accuse people of being rats the entire time. So it's like this lack of trusting, and the only people I migrated to were combat vets, to be honest. So there were a lot of infantry guys there, a lot of war vets there, a lot of prior service. They're the only ones that and it's not in a bad way, but during that time, I felt like they were the only ones I can trust what they were saying, because I know that code, I know that honor, I know that loyalty, I know what that says. Like when die for my brother, I feel that. When I got to at that place, there's too many. I'm sure it's like that in the police force, that there's too many people out for themselves. And when you look at it that way, there's so much competition and animosity from things. People may not even like you without you even knowing, in the same room, but they're pretending like they do.
Yeah.
And that's what my meme page made fun of on all aspects. Like whatever you can think of, all the little things that we point out every day, whether it's the fat dude that's always on mobile and he gets mandoed and he has to work inside the institution, and you know it's going to take him 2 hours to walk inside because he's 550 pounds, and they just keep him in the truck because that's all he can do. You know, of course, when I found a fat bastard video from Austin Powers, you know, like I apply that, you know, like everything that we see. And that's all it was. At the end of the day, that's all it was.
Man. Why'd you stop, dude? You still posting somewhere? Because I don't see you post those memes on your page.
So I do every now and then. I post some like remixes of old ones.
So,
I do.
so those are you.
Yeah,
So,
all of those are me.
Okay,
like
cool.
like one I just did where she's a 10 but she works in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one I did that one. 'Cause
Okay.
I always said if a woman works in prison and she could be a supermodel, my first thought is she has to be crazy because why are you here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I saw that movie Obsession and I'm like, that part, I have to clip that out. So that's what I would do. I just watch movies and I'm like,
And you have AI now.
yes.
So, yeah,
yes. So
yeah.
yeah, now, man, if I had AI back then, it would have been even better. Man, I wouldn't even have had to do Pixar. I could just say, hey, make me a funny picture that does this on ChatGPT. There it is. Bam. Now I got AI.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious, man. Tell me about why are you the way you are? And what I mean by it is this: there are certain groups of people out there. There's certain types of people out there. I would say I'm one of them. I know you're one of them. Like my best friend and partner Kevin is one of them. A lot of successful entrepreneurs are one of them. Some of those people, and what I mean by that is having integrity for yourself, having strong values,
Yes.
strong morals, strong beliefs, willing to give up comfort and security for justice and freedom. And I think you're one of those guys because
Yes.
just like me, you've also called it quits on, and you didn't have to. You had a job, and I had a lot on the line too, and I quit the same bullshit, the same gossips, the same negativity, and the same politics and all that. So what is it in you? Why are you this way? Have you always been this way, or you saw something that made you that kind of person?
When I was a kid, so I'm Italian and Mexican. My grandpa's retired military. He's from Italy and he's from Philadelphia. Like that's the area he grew up in. So I had a lot of like the Italian, the way the mafia talks,
Yeah.
a lot of it was always about respect, family, and like carrying your name, like that. He carried that onto the military side, but very proud in that. But my mom had me when she was 16. And my dad, he wasn't around. My dad was 24 when she got pregnant. Obviously, he's a chomo, so that's why I talk about them a lot. Like, I'm very outspoken towards that because I'm a product of that. And that was actually something I had a very hard time gripping because I spent majority of my life thinking I was an accident. So because I felt like that, I always felt like I was trying to prove myself everywhere I was at to prove that I belonged or I just wanted to be accepted. And my mom's first husband, my stepdad, he was abusive. And I have videos on it. Everyone goes through abuse. Like, I'm not going to describe stuff like that. It's not about that. It's more about I wasn't able to ever speak my mind. And when I did, I knew what was coming from it. But as I got older, because I had two little sisters, so me and my sisters and my mom go through this. We went through that for 14 years. And the only thing that they could live off of is me being tough. Like, if I'm getting beat, like, I got to get to a point where I don't cry no more, no matter how big it is, no matter what he's doing. Because he used to use this studded belt with the metal part. That was his favorite. So, like, because it's not only hurting the skin, it's hitting the bone. So, like, it's constant. And I just remember the older I got, the easier it was to hold in tears. So I just kept getting tougher and tougher and tougher. And my sister brought this up to me, so this is something that I never did say on camera. And there was a time where my stepdad had broke into the house, and because it was right after my mom, she had gotten a restraining order and kicked him out, and he was choking her. So I got a knife, and I went to try to stop him from me, and he grabbed, I was 14, I was small, this dude was 6'3", took the knife from me and said, "You're not going to do shit," making fun of me, threw the knife down. So then, because he was still messing with my mom, I went outside and I took a brick and I threw it at his front windshield so he'd hear the noise and go outside. So then he did. I locked the door, and instead of staying inside, I got a baseball bat and I went around the side of the house and called him out, and the dude tackled me. Like, I don't know what I thought I was trying to do, to be honest, but I guess I just wanted to be what my mom didn't have. And so he tackled me. He was choking me. I thought that moment that I was going to die because I felt it like I couldn't breathe anymore. And he looked back, and my little sister, she was 4 at the time, She says she remembers all of that because I didn't talk to any about that until I came out to Vegas, because I hadn't seen my sister for probably 7 years, and I went to connect with her, and she brought that story up to me, and I always never talked about it. So to hear it from her perspective, she said she went outside and said, "Stop hurting my brother," and he looked back and stopped, because he did look back, and he looked at me and he said, "Just know at any time I can kill you." And I never let that go. Like, I think that's why I went infantry, to be honest. When he had guns in the house, and when he had got kicked out, I had access to him. He had a combo lock on the safe, and for some reason it was all zeros. And I just tried it all zeros, and it opened. And he had two Rugers. It was a gray one, and the other one was like it was like a brownish one. And I called him. I still know his cell phone number. I remembered it. I still have it. It's like burnt into my head. And I told him that if he ever comes around the house again, I'd kill him. And then my mom came home and saw me messing with the guns in my backpack, and I got sent on a 5150 to Chino for like a week or whatever. And during that time, I lost my best friend because he had committed suicide when I was out there. So I like went through all of this shit in like a matter of like a summer, like when I was like 15. I had just was 14, 15, just about to go into my freshman year. Maybe it was my sophomore. It was around that time, and I started realizing that all the people I looked up to were tough motherfuckers. Tough dudes. I know you say you don't cuss. I don't know if I'm allowed to on here.
No, go for it.
No, tough motherfuckers. That's all I was used, like, that's all I looked up to, whether they were gangsters, whether they were the wrong crowd, whatever. I just needed to be around people that I knew that can instill some type of, I don't want to be like that again. So then, but it goes back to when I finally got to a point where I wasn't expressing pain when he was hitting me. It started morphing into, when there's ever a situation where someone needs to speak up and no one will, I got to. Even if I've gotten my ass beat for the way I speak. You know, like I've been in bad situations because the way I speak. But I've also gotten myself into great situations, and I've also gotten myself out of bad situations because of the way I speak. And all I've ever wanted in my life is the people that told me they loved me were the reasons why I was hurting the most. So I just wanted to be the most realist version of me. Did I lie when I was younger? Yes. Did I cheated on my wife? I had an alcohol problem. I went to rehab twice. Me and my wife, we split up after 13 years. Took us 4 years, but now we're amazing co-parents. I realized what I put her through, but she also knows what I went through, and she said all she ever wanted was just for me to be okay, to be alive. And I spent many years asking why God would allow someone to live this long with this much pain. But then I realized at the end of the day, all I've ever tried to do is make people laugh in every room I'm in. If there's an answer that someone needs to hear and I can provide it, I don't like gatekeeping that. If someone has real need, real help, and the real questions, and I have the answer, I never liked how senior staff would treat rookies when they feel like they've earned something. I don't talk to rookies. Like, get some time in. Man, this guy has the balls to ask the people questions. If some guy asks me questions all the time because he wants to learn, those are the type of questions I need to hear, because this guy's actively doing it. I'm not making it up for you. I'm not trying to teach you yourself. Like, I'm just guiding you through something you want to learn. And I feel that people like that is what I've always migrated to, because there's a lot of people that sit in the same rooms that I do that can't stand hearing everything that's going around. I'm just one of the few that's saying, you're saying it, Hector's saying it, a bunch of people are saying it. It's just that I started realizing that you can't convince or show everybody everything that you want them to believe. I've had some memes, some of my interviews clipped out, and people are so mad about them, but I don't care, because that's just one specific part of the whole the whole clip, of the whole interview. But people don't understand what podcasting is, right? A lot of people are just viewers. They don't know that a lot of things are taken to get a rise. Certain titles you put on their captions, everything is for that. And I do realize that me being blunt is why I've made a lot of great friends in my life, and why I've gotten amazing opportunities in my life too. And the only way that I can see that I'm really making a difference is how, it's not saying because of me, my everybody in my son's lives are why the way they are, but seeing how much the bond with me and my sons are, and the way that they carry themselves as men. I told my oldest that I cheated on his mom. I told him all the stuff I did. And the first time I told him that, he said, I love you. Thank you for telling me that. And he said, but I don't think I can ever do that to someone. And I know that he thought he was hurting me, but that was like one of those moments as a dad, you like slap your chest. Like, I'm proud of that. You know, I had a lot of bad influence in my life. I had mommy issues because my mom had me at 16. Like, how could she possibly have been a great motherly figure? I mean, my grandparents kicked her out. She got emancipated. She had to start working at 16. My oldest is 16. I don't think I really started healing until I saw my kids become teenagers. You know, so when I see that my determination is now stuff that people are asking me what made me this way, it's healing me. Like, now I know, because I will be honest, up until maybe last year, I've had a hatred towards God for a long time. I grew up in the church. Like, I was around it a lot, but my stepdad was a drug addict, and the Bible was enforced in a meth-headed type of way, paranoia. So then, like, spare the rod, spoil the child was the verse I heard the most, and it was always my fault. So now I know every time, I always tell people I'm sorry because I talk too much after. I always afraid that I'm doing too much, or I always ask people if they're good. If you're at my house, you need anything, you good? I just can't ever let people be, you know, because I think that I'm supposed to be doing something, but it wasn't up until maybe a year ago where I started realizing I've been trying to prove myself to people for no reason. Like, the only thing I needed to prove was that I love being here, that I have a reason to be here. I didn't need to listen to everyone else telling me why I need to be here. I didn't need to be mentioned in rooms where people are like, yeah, I thought I wanted to be known like that. It's cool, like, what we're doing this because we do want to pass on our legacy. We do want to create something. That's what every man, every woman, that's what we were built on. Everyone chases glory. But too many people will they'll shit on someone for trying something just because they don't have that. But then I realize all we're doing is speaking to the people that want to listen to us. If you don't really like it, you can just bypass it. But I'm really just trying to get past the people that don't want to listen, because there's a lot of people that want to open their minds to something different, because I do. I want to open my mind. So the more I've done this, I don't know what type of podcast I'll end up on. I hope I keep elevating, you know? So, like, that's kind of what everything came to. I guess the Good Verbal, my meme page, it got into me wanting to be a media production. I want a production company. That's what I do. I love stories. I love people that have built themselves. I love people that have been through hell and came back from it. I told my sons the best thing that they have, that they can change, is a lot of this generation thinks that they have to have a bad life to make a difference. Why can't you guys just show how great it is to benefit from people that did have a bad life and show why you're carrying on that legacy? Because a lot of people, man, everybody in the hood wishes they had lived in the suburbs with all the nerds, even though they make fun of them. You know, like, sometimes those guys get a nerd homie, and next thing you know, they're best friends for life. Like, you think about just basic human interaction. Every man wants to be around dangerous men that love each other and that protect each other. Mm-hmm. We've turned into a world where every man is like sizing each other up about who's more dangerous. Like, bro, I can be in the same room with Mike Tyson and still speak my mind. Can I get my jaw broken? Yes, but I guarantee he's going to like it if I speak my mind.
Yeah.
Everyone's afraid of speaking their mind. And that's all I want to do. So, do I piss people off? Absolutely.
You and me both, bro. Oh, man, I love that about you, bro. What is your relationship with God now?
I read the Bible. I fellowship. I read a lot. I listen to a lot of podcasts because I've noticed, man, where I moved in Vegas, I have like a panoramic view of the Strip. It was just for the windows. Like, it had nothing to do with anything else, because I just wanted to look, and I just sit outside. I have like a little coffee bar by the window, and I just look out the window and just listen to a podcast. I listen to the Bible. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I haven't gone into church yet. That's something that I know that's I'm working on, but at the same time, I know that's paces, and it's coming in paces. But I do know I've been changing my lifestyle over time, like cussing. Like, I cuss way less than I used to, and that was a big thing for me because, man, I was infantry and corrections for 16 years, dude. Like,
try talking to Hector Bravo. That guy. Jesus Christ, man. That guy uses regular language between cussing.
Yeah, our phone calls, it's like that. That's the one time I let loose, and I'm like, damn, I forget.
Dude, I'm telling you, on the podcast, I was like, Hector, I'm trying really hard right now not to join him, but like, these fucking babosos, but I fucking tell you. Like earlier today, dude, like, I can't tell you, motherfucker. I was like,
I know.
I can't with this guy. But it's his character.
Yes, it is.
He's authentic, you know?
Yes,
he doesn't.
He's really
sugarcoat,
himself.
Like, and I'm not gonna ever tell him, "Hey, cuss less," because that's his character. Like me, I try not to because as I study scripture now, this is a powerful tool.
Yes, it is.
This right here changes everything inside and outside. And it's obviously I'm not gonna like tell, "Hey, don't do that." Besides the character, but it also teaches discipline.
Yes.
Like if you learn how to control what comes out of your mouth,
yes,
that is a lot of discipline. So to me, it's also another level of being disciplined.
Yes.
But again, dude, you can cuss as much as you want on my
no,
channel.
but
it's not for kids anyways. I have to always check that when I upload the episode. Not for children. Not for children.
Someone told me a few months ago that that watched my interviews, and they told me that I should try cussing a little bit less. Mm-hmm. Not because it's not because it's a bad thing, but because there's certain people that want to hear that they want to. There's certain people that won't listen to me with having that.
Exactly.
And then when I speak professional, and then the times I do cuss every now and then, and I like when I'm like I work at a corporate office now where I'm at, and I'm around a bunch of like all the people I never thought I'd work around, but it's amazing because they're all, I don't want to call them squares, but they're, you know.
Hey, listen, I don't look at the word square as a bad term. So,
no, like, it's not.
If you're a square, you're a square. Doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Yes.
You're just not culturally integrated in a society that's the opposite.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with being a square.
And I love it.
Yeah.
So like being around it, it's like, man, I just get to laugh a lot.
Yeah.
I get to joke a lot. And then sometimes like older ladies, like they'll cuss every now and then. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no, you're up on phones
and I
all
bet
day.
they love you because you're like a breath of fresh air because they probably haven't seen anybody like you. So it's not a bad thing, dude.
Yeah. So like I think that part and being around a lot of that environment right now. And then my sons, my oldest is 16, my middle one's 14 and 10. So my oldest, he soaks up things like when I speak to him, it's like he watches my podcast. Like he'll randomly text me like, Dad, did you see the comments on this one? Like he reads them because I tell him that no matter what, no matter how much you speak your mind, you're always going to get some random person that has to speak about you. Yeah. Like for instance, man, like when we take videos with our shirts off, there's always some guy on my videos that says, why are you taking a video with your shirt off? And my thing is why do you care so much? Like, if you're at the pool, do you cover your eyes when other guys are swimming? You know, like I don't like. Do you just walk around like this? Like, oh, he's got his shirt off. Like, come on, man. Like,
oh my God.
You got. I think of like the Roman era. Dudes were fighting with everyone was
naked,
fighting
dude.
with their
At the the Olympics back then, the people, the sportsmen, the athletes were naked.
Yes,
covered in olive oil, dude. That was normal, dude. That's normal.
Exactly. And see, I tell them it's like it doesn't matter what anyone says. Like if I really wanted to rage bait, I can go make rage bait videos all day and blow up. Mm-hmm. But that just shows you how people are so wrapped up in being mad about what someone else is doing that all I got to do is that, and I know I'll get you to comment. Like that to me, if anybody feels they have that power over me, I'm losing. Because, like, of course, I'm like everyone else. There's times where I do want to comment where you say you don't make reaction videos. Like, I get that. Like, there's certain times where it works, but then there's a lot of times where it's like at the same time, it sounds like I'm hating in the same way that someone's hating on me for stuff they don't even know. So, like, when I really look at it from that point of view, if you make 6 threes in a row on video and you film it, someone is going to, if it goes viral, someone's going to say that ugly jump shot. This fool can't jump. Look at his shoes. Yeah. Look at all that. He probably clipped. No one can just give props. Yeah. And the crazy thing is I feel that it's the men of this generation that does that.
Yeah.
You look at a hot girl post something, she has like 50 of her homegirls.
Yeah.
You're so pretty. You're so beautiful. Yeah. Dude, I have homies that would say, hey, man, I like that video you posted yesterday, but you had your shirt off, man, so I couldn't share it. I swear to God. Like, those are real people. Like, that's real things that people think. And I'm like, you are so set in what people think about what you feel. Did you even listen to anything, man? Yeah. Like, who gives a shit? And to be honest, if someone makes me feel that way about myself, that means they probably look more in shape than me, and I need to step my own game up. Like, that's basketball, man, sports. Everyone says they're the best, but you'll have a group of 5 people that say they're all the best, but they all love each other, but they're all calling each other out.
Yeah.
Like, we've turned into a hater world.
And that's very common amongst law enforcement, correction, first responders. It's a very toxic thing, and it always boggled my mind. It took me leaving the law enforcement, exiting it out, and looking at it from a third person's perspective. I'm like, oh God, that was soaked through my bones, dude.
Yeah.
That whole toxic shit talking, eating each other alive, like environment and vibe is like just it gets into your DNA, bro. To a point where like now sometimes I'll say something or do something, and I'm like, oh, why did I do that? I was like, fuck, because I used to do that when I was a cop.
Yes.
And it's just it's and military is part of that as well.
It absolutely is.
My wife grew up with her dad is a Marine, her mom is a cop. So she grew up around that stuff. So when we started dating, she's actively helping me, and she's been a lot of influence on me trying to kick those habits. And if I do something or I say something, I react a certain way, she's like, well, that's exactly what I grew up around. And that's what you're used to because you spent 10 years working around those people. And I'm like, how they just stop. Like, you get on my nerves right now. But I'm like, think about it. You know, she's fucking right.
That is the truth.
I did that because I'm used to that because I've been around that for 10 years.
Yeah.
And you just don't even notice. It's your initial response. That's your natural response. But you don't understand how the rest of the world is not cops and military.
Yes,
to them, it can be painful and hurtful.
Yeah.
To you, it's like, well, Gio fucked up. Hi, bro, you stupid. Whatever. It's like, yeah, I agree. But then to somebody else, oh, man, like, why did he do that? He hurt my feelings. Why did he say that about me?
Yes.
You know? We forget that the skin that we have, the humor that we develop, the dark humor, the communication we have, the rest of the world is not like us.
Yeah, man. That has taken me so long. It's funny because there's a progression of me. So I think everybody in their own right likes space, like when you're standing in line. But I also came from a place that it don't walk behind me. Like if you walk behind me, there's a problem. I also won't walk behind you. Like there's a lot of respect. I'm talking inmates too. Like I'll let people know because there's such a high level of anxiety of people walking behind you or being too close that like
I still have that.
People will stand way too close to you. And oh my, man, I was at In-N-Out, and there's like that little gap between the register and like the walkway to the bathroom.
It's always the same layout every In-N-Out, bro. You notice? It's always the same layout.
I knew you were knowing what I was going to talk about.
It's always the same goddamn layout.
Yes. And so people don't understand to leave that gap, so they just ride it all the way up.
Yeah.
So I'm at the register, and I'm like the type that I scoot sideways to like kind of let them know I'm looking at you.
Same thing, awkwardly. Sometimes I do it very awkwardly. I just turn around, and I was like,
yes, like what do you do?
I guess we're going to make it awkward right now, but you're not even backing the fuck up, you know? I'm just going to stand like this.
I'm so glad that I heard someone else like this.
Dude,
because it's been a progression. And the first time that I snapped, this guy was so close to me that I said, hey, man, you going to pay for the fucking bill? And the girl had to have been like some teenager. She kind of looks up like, oh, like kind of like frozen. And he goes, what? And I'm like, can you stand the fuck back? Like, damn. And like I go like this, and he takes 1 inch back, and I'm like, dude, you're right here. Like, put your card in. Right? So then I've had those times. There was a time at In-N-Out. At the Barstow outlets, if you ever go that way to Vegas,
I've been there.
That In-N-Out is where the tour bus goes. So like the line, they'll stand on the edge where they call the order in, because a lot of it's like the Asian tourists.
Yeah.
They don't know you can sit somewhere else. No, they have to stand right in front of the soda machines. Like stand that whole line by the section where you walk up to get the food. So it's like a roller coaster line. So then when you're standing and they're trying to get a drink, this one guy, my son was right in front of me. He stopped and looked at me and looked at my son and turned to walk through him because he wanted to get to the soda. And I grabbed him by his shoulders and I turned him around and I said, walk around. Like, don't ever, because he walked at my kids, but I grabbed him and physically turned him around. And I'm like, man, that could have went so bad. But it was my kids saw me, and they saw me like kind of, it was anger, but at the same time I knew he didn't understand what I was mad about. I know he didn't. Like, I could tell he didn't. He kind of was like, what the heck? Okay. And he said, yeah, thank you, sir. And he just went around me like he had no idea. And then the another one, like, this is the progressions. I was on a plane, and this guy was trying to walk through everybody because he was afraid of missing his connecting flight. And an older man had stepped into the aisle, and he ran into the older man. He said, I'm sorry, whatever. The older man starts walking, who had like either his granddaughter or his daughter behind him. She goes to walk in through the aisle, and the guy walks through her, and I grabbed him by the back of his collar right in front of my sister, and I pulled him back, and I said, don't you see that's his fucking daughter? That was a little girl, you know, like, run into a man, that's a man's business. Run into a kid like that, like, I don't care if it's mine or not. Like, I'm very protective. So I grabbed him, I pulled him back. He turned around and tried to push me, and I just kind of grabbed his collar, and I was pushing him with my forearm, and this is on the plane. And you have the flight attendants that were watching me. All of a sudden, I hear some lady yell back, stop being mean to him and just let him the fuck go. And I turned around, I was like, shut the fuck up. You don't even know what happened. So I started screaming. Then some guy yells at me, no, you shut the fuck up. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So then someone separates us. They pull that guy off because they had people holding me back. And the flight attendants asked me if I was okay because they saw everything that happened, thank God. So I was in the right, but in the wrong at the same time. I know in hindsight, I could have done things differently. I could have responded differently. But when I walked off the plane, I was waiting for that guy that told me to shut the fuck up because I didn't even care about that guy anymore. And the guy was a Marine. I was carrying a duffel bag. My brother-in-law let me use his Army duffel bag. I wasn't carrying it. Like, I just came back from deployment, but it had a big-ass green duffel bag. So he goes, what branch? It's like, Army. He's like, I was a Marine. He's like, I was just trying to calm you down, brother. That's how you get kicked off airplanes. He like, I told you to shut the fuck up. I was just trying to get to your mind. He gave me a hug, calmed me down, and I'm like, that was crazy.
Yeah, I respect that.
And then 2 weeks ago, I had a guy that was standing too close to me at Ross, and I was doing the turning shit, kind of like turning and looking at him, and like my jaw's clenching. I know my face is red, and he just kind of looks at me, and he goes, hi, like in a weird way. That it was so soft tone, and I'm like, dude, this guy is so oblivious, and I'm furious right now.
Yeah.
And I can finally get to that, but there's the longer we're away from it, it gets a little bit better. But I still get that intense feeling every now and then. That it's the heavy chest feeling, like you just feel like it doesn't feel right. You can feel people's presence. So when you're so hyper aware of that. I don't know if that ever goes away. I just feel like it's something you just get used to dealing with because you have to analyze it.
I'd rather take it because I've seen so many incidents on the job.
Yeah.
In my personal life. Online, that just men being sloppy, being comfortable, being oblivious, have zero situation of awareness, gets them hurt or killed.
Yes, that is the truth.
I would rather, even right now, like it's been, okay, I've been off for a couple of years now, or for at least a year off patrol, right? Because on patrol, you're always wired.
Yeah.
And because of that, I was always wired off duty as well. Like I still sit with my back against the wall.
Yeah,
I still never stand in doorways.
Me too.
I still, obviously carry, it goes without saying. I still do certain things, right?
Yes.
But like just yesterday, I parked my car. I went to get some food. I came back because I left something in my car, and I jumped into my car through the driver's seat into the passenger seat to go grab something, and I had to come out backwards. I'm like, that's a stupid ass move.
Yeah.
That's a stupid, because somebody came behind me. Like, why did I do that? I would never do that. I would walk around my car. I'll look left, look right, open my door, grab something with one hand while looking behind me, pull it out, close the door. Like, why did I just jump into the car and got out of the car without with my back facing that? That's a dumb move. So I think men are better off being hyper vigilant,
absolutely,
and have situational awareness versus not. Because if you think about it, like I worked unmarked units, right, where we would like sit for a long period of time, and we would like trace certain people, and I've literally watched predators follow their prey. Like I will never forget this. I'm parked in the alley, and I'm seeing this girl broad daylight, just like this, bro. Like this, crossing the street, crossing every light like this. And I've seen this dude, this black homeless dude. Color has nothing to do with this.
Yes.
Okay, relax. pacing her at the same distance. Okay, and I already know what's on his mind.
Yeah, I get it, man.
So, dude,
yeah.
my partner and I pull out. We go that direction. Buster, you pull over. And I make a simple contact. I had nothing on him to detain him. So simple. What's up, bro? What's going on? Where are you going? Why following her? So I made him realize because I had to wear camera, so I don't have anything to detain him for. So consensual encounter, but like I know what you're doing. I recommend you turn around and go the other way.
Yes.
And he understood that I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, of course.
But that's like
did.
just watching.
Yeah.
People have zero situational, and that gets people hurt.
Yeah.
It gets men hurt.
Yeah. You know what I hate in the gym? Do you ever notice how creepy like men are? Like the way that they look at women. Like I'm hyper aware of that from working in prison, man. To like the way that there's a certain when you admire beauty, it's one thing as a man. Like there's also those eyes where it looks like stalking eyes.
Yeah.
And then you look at a lot of the age groups and you'll see, I'm like, that girl's definitely in high school. And that is a grown man. And the way he is looking, sometimes I just want to check everybody because I see it so much. So I understand that. I am very hyper aware. And I feel like today, in today's world, you have to be more so because everyone's so focused on their phones.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in elevators, I feel like I purposely put my phone in my pocket to not be uncomfortable of looking at the metal. Everyone's like, oh, I'm in an elevator with someone, look at my phone.
Yeah.
What did we do before then? We just stared at the wall.
Like people they're not used to that awkward silence.
Yes.
I purposely sometimes practice it, not just because I'm in sales, but if you speak first, you sort of lose. You gotta let that. The other day, client kept asking me 1,500 different questions to the point where his questions don't make no sense. And he asked me a question, and I literally sat there in silence for like a good moment. I'm like, so what's your question? And I made him rethink his question, and he literally told himself, well, I guess I have no question. So I made him, with the awkward silence, I made him realize, like, dude, like, you just blabbing. You're just like, yapping, and like, I don't know, just
being matter of fact goes a long way in this world. I just if anyone doesn't understand, just being matter of fact. If someone asks you what 2 + 2 is, it's 4. Are you tired? Yes. Are you mad right now? I'm irritated. Are you, like, every little thing, like white lies, like just if you just get rid of like little white lies, just being direct every time that you've ever been matter of fact with anybody, your friends or whatever, in your little social circles, they all know you as being outspoken. They love you speaking your mind. But at the same time, with your spouses, you have to do little white lies. You know, like if everybody was just very honest, feelings aside, things would be squashed in everyday life. And that's nothing new. But at the same time, I don't think people can really they can't break it down enough to get that in depth into it, because it's that simple. It's being matter of fact, and then being okay with someone else's matter of fact. They may be firmly believing what they believe, and you'll never agree. But at the same time, if you can, there used to be a time where we all talked. Like I was in the Army when Republicans and Democrats were brothers. You know, they were friends. Now it's like a split world.
Even in the military too?
In the military, everyone was good back then.
Yeah.
Like people talking about Obama then, like the Democrats and Republicans were cool, but after around this time, around 2020, it got to where it's us versus them, and there's a certain point when you're supposed to be the representative for both sides, when you guys are all saying we're not budging, then we're not getting anywhere. Like that's why marriages fail. You know, like it was like me and my ex-wife. When we got to a point where we're just going to stand on what we believe and we're not going to work through this, that's never going to work. And we've kind of gotten to a point that I see from we need to bring back a time where the tough conversations need to be had regardless of what it does to someone's freaking ego. Because ego is everything right now. I try to be what I am right now on everywhere I'm at. If I'm in public, if I'm with Mike, everywhere. Like if everything I say on my phone, on my videos, everything. There's not one thing that I'm like, all right, I'm going to make something up today. Like how people try to convince people they can teach them how to be alphas. That whole movement. You know, like it's nothing
Yeah.
about that. It's just being a man.
Yeah.
And if it comes down to it, being a man is facing your fear. Like it's
Yeah.
if you're afraid, I hate flying, but I know that flying gets me somewhere closer. I'm not going to take a fucking boat to Jamaica from here or sail to Japan for 3 months. You know, I'm going to take that 15-hour plane flight or whatever it is, be afraid of it, have my nervousness, but I still know I have to get through it. And I feel that's just life.
Well, courage is not absence of fear. It's being scared but still doing it.
Yes.
One thing I want to say that I really admire that you teach your son. There's a book right here in my library. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And yes, I just cussed right here.
I've heard about that
Dude,
one. Yeah.
that's a great book.
I'll
One
read
of the
that
best things I've done for myself is read that book a long time ago. And I think it's partially because this book actually talks about me and my culture. Like part of this book talks about Russian people. Like Russian people after World War II, the whole Soviet Union was destroyed. Like we had nothing,
Yeah.
ruins. So all people had in their life is their word.
Yeah.
And if you don't have your word, you ain't shit. Like you don't have homes, you don't have nothing. So we're very cold people. We're very direct people.
Yeah.
Like me being married into a Hispanic family, like Hispanics are a little different, but I've offended my in-laws many times.
Oh yeah.
I've offended cops at work. I've offended I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't give
Yeah.
an F.
No, I get
So
it.
this book actually talks about, hey, like if you come across people like that, give me an example, like Russian people. They're not assholes. Like we're not assholes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We
though.
don't have
Yeah.
we don't not have feelings, right? We just our culture is like that. It's cold as shit. And
Yeah.
we had to rebuild our country from nothing.
Yeah.
The rest of the world, like Americans think they won World War II. They didn't win shit. A couple of key battles, but for the United States.
Yeah.
World War II was won, and I'm telling you guys who don't even know your facts, by the Soviet Union, by body masses.
Yeah.
Right? Body mass alone.
Yeah.
Okay, whether you like it or not. Yeah, the Allies helped.
Yeah.
But-
Because you think about it, none of the devastation did reach Pearl Harbor, but the whole,
Yeah.
all of Europe,
All of
felt
Europe
it.
felt it, yeah. And so, good book. I recommend you give it to your boy to read it. He'll learn a lot
I
from
will,
it. And
I
I
actually-
like that you teach him that, because in life, and I was just talking to my wife about it, I think the best quality that I have in life is I don't give a fuck.
Yes.
I don't care if you
Yes.
like me, you don't like me, you whatever you think about me. And
Yes.
I've had that bit me in the ass as a cop, but I don't care. It also, like you said, for yourself, took me places. And I'm blessed to have.
Yeah, look where you're at, dude.
When you
Yeah.
get to, you start at a certain level in life where you kind of realize, okay, I'm tired of being here. I need to get here.
Yeah.
So you start your journey from here to here, and it's a lonely freaking journey, brother. I know
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
that's a fact, man.
It's a lonely journey, and you start questioning yourself. Oh, am I the weirdo? Am I the extra one? I can't fit in. I can't fit in.
Yes.
It hurts.
Man.
Nobody accepts me. I didn't get accepted in high school, in college, in a police academy, in a police department. And you go, and you get to a certain level, and like, fuck. No, these are people like me. Like
Yeah.
the people, the entrepreneurs, the successful businessmen that are the business with, who build companies, created cultures, create movements. They're right here, and they're like us, bro. They don't give
Yeah.
a fuck.
Yeah,
They have
that's the
their
truth.
dreams, their goals, their aspirations, and they stand for what they believe in. They're willing to die for what they believe
Yeah.
in. So when you start getting there, you're like, oh shit, this was worth it.
Yeah.
It's just these people, they're not bad people. They just don't understand.
Yeah, that's
But
the
these
truth.
people right here are the ones who are like, fuck everybody else. I'm going to do what I want to do. That's your
Yes.
David Goggins, Andy Frisellas, Pedro Sculians, my
Yes.
partner Kevin. And I would say, like, I'm like that, and you like that too. I can feel it
Absolutely.
in your nature.
Absolutely.
So you got to keep going, brother, because one day your sons are
Yes.
going to go through that. If they inherited your character traits, they're going to have to go through that. And it's sort of also a rite of passage.
Yes, absolutely.
They're going to have to go through
Absolutely.
it. So
There's-
give them
there's-
the tools.
There is absolutely a pain in being this way, but there's such a rewarding benefit as we get older, especially as men, because we are gauging our experience as men. The younger you are, the more you're like, man, shut up. Like my thing, I always still try to learn even from the ones that I should be teaching, because there's something. I was one of those kids that I always talked to older people, so I was always constantly trying to learn.
Same.
So then there'd be times where I'd be around older people around that same age that don't know what I had just heard from people their same age. So then I'll tell them, and then they'll tell me, you don't know anything. But then as I started getting older, I started realizing it doesn't necessarily matter because I feel every man, once you kind of really sit there, I feel like every man hits a point in their life, whether it's right now or when you're on your deathbed, of all the things that you could have really fixed just by changing the way you responded to something.
Yeah.
Or like, and it's not even a way of looking back like, man, I messed up. No, it's like, oh shit, dude, if I had this trick back then, I would have unlocked this a long time ago. If I would have been able to think like this no wonder I thought like this. That's the what is it? Cognitive,
Dissonance.
yes. Yes, when you're
Yeah.
so aware,
Yep.
you know, like, so like I hit that point when I turned 35, and that's actually when they say that the frontal lobe fully develops.
Same, dude. Same. Like my third, yeah.
Yeah.
30s, like maybe 33, 34, close to
Yeah.
35. That's what I'm start realizing. But it's also who you surround yourself with.
Yes.
You know, if you're constantly in a place where you're just surrounded by certain group of people, 35 or not, you can go into your fucking 50s and still be the same way.
Yeah, being stuck in your ways like everyone
Yeah,
else.
and then you just can't change because you've been doing this for the last 50, 60 years. Now you can't change. Now it's impossible for you to change. You think that is the way of life. I don't know any better.
Yeah.
You're like changing that person.
Yeah, and then that's when it gets to you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's when someone is so set. And and to me, I see that so much now. There's like this. I saw this like a video about where someone's talking about the glasses. God has given some people the glasses, and when you put those glasses on, you will see stuff that no one else sees, but you can't give them back. Everyone else is walking around
Yes.
clueless,
Yes.
but you got these glasses on,
Black,
and
the
you're
old
like,
black guy talking.
yes.
I know.
Yeah,
I've seen that one.
when
Good one.
I heard that, I'm like, that
Yep.
is so true
Yep.
because
Yeah.
every time you learn a different step about analyzing your own mind or situations, you start realizing how many people would never even get to that level in their life. There are so many people that they could just. It's a YouTube documentary away to really start someone down a path of just becoming a better person. I'm not even talking about being a genius or starting a business or anything. Just becoming a better person is literally just an active thought, right? An active thought that just needs more encouragement. Like if you really want to be a better person, how does it start? You start being one. There's really when you look at how morals have been twisted, morals have been getting kicked down the road farther, and it's all based off of people's perception of what their life was on morals. Me punching someone in the face for no reason is wrong, no matter what. But if I put it on video, there's going to be a whole bunch of people in this world that laugh at it and think it's funny. And there's going to be some people that, how dare you? And there's just so many mixed emotions. But it should just go down to the simple fact I should not have done that. So, but we have dumbed down everything to be more acceptable of everything, to include everything. Even back when it started getting to a point where everyone gets trophies, there's no score, there's no winning, there's no losing. Like all of that, like me losing is the only reason why I'm even here right now. If I was winning all the time in what I was doing back then, I wouldn't be here. You know, like you think about that, like every situation, even the worst situation you've ever been in, feels like it's the worst situation you've been in until you hit another one.
Yeah. Yep.
And then even if that one is even as bad as the worst situation you've ever been in, you still feel like it's the worst situation you've ever been in. And and it could be way down here, and the one that you have been is in the Hall of Fame, and you forget about it because it'll hurt. Everything hurts, but then everything heals. Like for me, like the knee surgeries, I've had a bunch of them. Eventually, the pain heals. Does it suck all the time? Yeah. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it doesn't, but I still have range of motion. I still have that. I can get past the fact that it hurts, right? I don't have to keep focusing on it, and that's what I feel people are trapped in everything.
Victimhood mentality.
Yes.
Hey guys, quick interruption because I have an important announcement to make. If you're a man between 20 and 45 who is out of shape, feels lost, stuck, undisciplined, or feels like you living beneath your potential, I created a U 2.0 mentorship program for you. I know what it feels like to carry the pain, lack direction, struggle with discipline, and try to figure out life without healthy masculine guidance. I also know this truth. When a man is broken, everybody around him feels it. His relationship, his family, his future, and his purpose. Everything suffers. My U2.0 is a coaching program for men who are tired of drifting and ready to rebuild themselves from the inside out. Inside the program, we focus on 7 pillars: purpose, healing, discipline, masculine identity, family, brotherhood, and faith. This is not a fake macho content. This is not empty motivation. This is a real process for men who are ready to heal, break destructive habits, build self-respect, gain clarity, and become the kind of men they can actually respect. So if you're tired of wasting your time, tired of feeling stuck, and ready to become the man you know you're meant to be, click the link in the description to check out the program, or go to my website and enter your email so I can send you my free guide on how to find purpose and level up in life. Now back to the episode.
I think it's the problem with people is that they're too stuck in their pain and they're not willing to heal, like you said. But the issue is, I used to talk a lot of smack about men, because see, I have a coaching program for men, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you.
Yeah, you do. I've been watching. I see that you do.
And I I coach my guys, right? And what I realized, and before when I was a cop, I would look at these men and I'd be like, "Ussy,
Yeah.
you know? What up, C?
Yeah.
This guy is a weak ass."
Yeah.
But then as I got older, as I got wiser, as I healed myself in the process, and not like my past is, my dad was a physically abusive alcoholic. Like, I grew up around violence. Like, he stabbed my mom at some point when I was in front of me as trying to stab my brother. It's like, I grew up around all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And I'll talk bad about my dad. Like I said, I hate talking about him in this way because it portrays him as an evil person. He wasn't. He taught me a lot of good things. He was a workaholic.
Yeah, no, I get
He just
it.
had his demons and alcohol, and violence, all that. So all that shit that I took with me and I had to heal gave me the empathy for these men who I used to call ussies.
Yes.
To I now coach him, and you would have, if you told me, hey man, in your 30s you're gonna be coaching men how to be men, I'd be like, shut up, stupid. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's the truth.
But I am, and I realize these guys don't have anybody.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't have fathers. Some of them were lucky enough to have a mom, but some of them we didn't have like toxic mothers.
Yeah.
So it's double down now. And they don't know, they simply don't know how to heal, how to become better, what to do as a man, what's expected of men, how to, and it's like, there's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
There really is.
I realize, okay, either I start helping these dudes, or by the time my children grow up, and I have a baby girl now, my children probably going to have to fucking go to war.
Yeah.
Because it's so cyclical. Like, this book right here should be mandatory in high schools for men. The author, Stephen Arniu, may he rest in peace, great book, Hard Times Create Strong Men.
Yes.
He basically said, like, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times again.
Yes.
And it happens through history.
That's the truth.
Like, I love history, and if you pay attention, dude, so you know what part of this cycle we're in right now.
Yes,
If
absolutely.
we don't grab our balls and we step up, dude, look what they did to us. 2 days ago, Fauci testified in Congress, dude. Everything's been a fucking lie.
Yeah.
For 6 years, dude.
And then all he just kept saying is
me,
plead
like,
the
I was
fifth.
called crazy, conspiracy theorist, rat pill, this pill, that pill. And 6 years later, I was like, all of you, I
and
was
now I'm
right.
seeing all these apologies from people.
You know?
I don't know if you watch sports.
No.
Also, Stephen A. Smith was talking shit about Kyrie Irving back in the. He wouldn't take the COVID vaccination, and in Brooklyn and New York, no employees could work if they were. So every
messed
time they
up.
had home games, Kyrie Irving volunteered to stay out. So he lost like $11 million that year. He lost a $100 million contract extension. ESPN was belittling him for being selfish. New York was belittling
I
him for
remember
being
that.
selfish.
Yeah. It was a big deal. Yeah, back then. Yeah.
Well, Stephen A. Smith just released a whole 20-minute apology to Kyrie, calling him a hero. And what people didn't realize is there were people, because they didn't take the vaccine, they were getting fired. So Kyrie, yeah, he's a millionaire. Yeah, he has all this other shit. He said that he could not actively practice something and go against it. He's like, okay, you guys want me to take the COVID shot to play the game, then I guess I'm not going to be at any home games. So they spun it to him being a piece of shit because he's not playing for the home team. But at the same time, he's actually doing it because other people lost their fucking jobs.
Wow. Dude, and cops were losing jobs. I was ready to quit.
Dude, we had to get a
ready to
religious
quit.
exemption.
Yeah, that's what I roll with. But I remember at the time I called my attorney. I was like, hey, bro, so this is the last thing they're going to try to do. And if it works out, great. If not, can just so you know, start drafting some papers.
Yeah.
And luckily it worked out for me. But a lot of my friends, bro, 10, 15 years in, children, sole provider, you know, I fell for those guys. Yeah. Nurses, first responders, and then get jabbed. Oh, get a booster. Get a booster for your booster. Yeah. Like, and then they're linking all kinds of shit and autism to all this, bro. Like, they lie to our faces. So I have zero faith in this fucking government.
Absolutely. I mean,
zero.
The doctors or hospitals were getting bonuses or funding when they would say people died of COVID, but it was in a car accident.
Yep.
They get like, there was all the funding they got
crazy.
for that fake agenda. But you know what I always go to? So what I always say, in the lowest level of power, I use this example for corrections. If an officer really can't stand an inmate, all they really have to do is find a shank on him. Meaning, like, if, like, fuck this guy, oh, looks like he's got a shank, right? And get him transferred prisons. It could be that petty. Like, if you think at that lowest level, and that's just a low-level authority. So each level you go up, each step you go up, you're around people that are willing to do whatever they have to do. And the more and more they go up, it's like there's a level of acceptance that I feel that they have to get to, that when they really get up there, the talks are what everyone thinks. Yeah. Like, the whole world good. I think about during the shutdown, Target, Walmart, and Amazon shot up 50% in sales. Mm-hmm. And that was just overall, not just online sales. Their entire companies benefited 50% more.
And small businesses got destroyed, eliminated.
Yes.
Yep.
Absorbed. Like, it's clear rich people have been doing rich shit. If anyone knows who freaking Nikola Tesla is. Yeah. Like, Nikola Tesla.
Right there.
Yes.
There's a reason why I have his portrait right there.
Absolutely. Like, all the great minds always get pushed aside, and it's the money that's always controlled everything. That's all our business ventures are. It's always been money.
Thomas Edison he was a mediocre scientist.
Yes, he was.
He was a savage, ruthless, backstabbing businessman.
Yes.
He was an okay scientist, and a lot of shit that he's given credit for is people do say that he stole from Tesla.
He did.
And a lot of stuff that Tesla actually created, we still
JP Morgan pulled his funding from him to fund Thomas Edison because they wanted to make it to where they can get rich from it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm grateful for a light bulb.
Yeah.
But the technology that Tesla has created, people say that it would have advanced us so much further in the future, and it would have advanced us and kept the planet clean. But, you know, there's always this corrupt minds. And it's just, look, man, it all comes down to this. And whenever something happens, I point a finger at myself.
Yes.
And I say this, it's our fault. It's men's fault. This is why they actively try to destroy men. Because if you don't have men, who's going to stand up to them? Not children, not women, not elderly.
Yeah.
So you destroy men, you disarm them, you destroy them. Who's going to stand up to you? Nobody. And tyranny is going to take place.
Yeah.
So it's the only person that can stop a bad guy with a gun
is a good guy with the gun.
You already know.
That's an absolute
it's that
fact.
simple. It's not rocket science.
Better to be a warrior in a garden than a
gardener in a
war. Yeah.
It's like that. So I tell the same thing to my guys. Like, God gave you a pair of balls for a reason.
Yes. And you can have this mindset if you work at fucking Domino's. Like, you don't have to have any type of major career to be a man. Just be a fucking man. And that's it. The more that men start becoming men again, the more they start embracing what we're here for. It's not about control. It's about leading. And at the same time, you look at all the famous, all the emperors, all the people that were back then, they had their wife with them. Their wife was involved. It was a team. The man was out for glory. It was to make the world better. Yes, there's always bad people in it, but it was never about stopping men's dreams to form to what the woman needs. That happy wife, happy life.
Bullshit.
Yes.
Bullshit. So happy spouse, happy house.
Yes.
Happy wife, happy life is bullshit.
Yes.
Tell you that
and that's absolutely, man, this is a good podcast, dude. That's a
no,
fact.
it's just true, bro. Like, where in your life has that benefited you?
It hasn't.
Or ask any man.
Yeah, it never has.
How do you rely on happiness with somebody who, first of all, bleeds once a month and is emotionally irregulated? Like, my wife is going through postpartum. Yes. And this is going to sound like I'm talking smack about her, but I'm not, because she's going through a lot. Like, what her body and mind and hormones are going to is, to me, it's crazy, because I watch it.
Yeah.
But she gave birth to a human. Yeah. It came out of her in front of me. They sliced her open and pulled it out of her. To me, that's crazy. Yeah. So, yeah. But then I can't rely on her emotions in order to lead us or let the
Yeah.
house run, right? I have to be that stable mind.
Yes.
So it's not to talk bad about her, but all women, bro. At least we can maintain emotional control. We're
Yes.
supposed to.
Yes.
Like you said, a lot of weak ass boys
we
out
are
there.
supposed
We're
to.
supposed to. Good,
Yes.
bad, pissed off, tired, angry, irritated. Stay calm.
And I would argue that your security is the reason why she feels comfortable enough to be in all those emotions. That is where the balance is. Mm-hmm. Like it doesn't have to mean you have to cater to her while she's in those emotions. She's just stable enough to have them. And that's just, but see, that's where a marriage lasts. That's where the marriage is. There's an active embracing of what your role is in it. And when each person embraces what their role is, it's like your best friendships, man. Like if you've had a friend that you've had for life, do you argue sometimes? Yeah. But there's never been a time where like, I fucking can't stand you and we don't talk. It's little shit. You actually make more time to keep your friendships than being with someone, because the minute you have a disagreement with a spouse, now it's like they don't understand me. But if I have a disagreement with my boy, that's just a conversation. So the more that they add them up, it doesn't matter about the disagreements or whatever. Actually, disagreements are fucking fantastic. Like you actually really need those to work through stuff, because there's sometimes that our weakness of always wanting to be to be the answer, to be all that. There's times where we just need them to be around, and them being around is all we need. There's that balance. I mean, we need them as much as they need us, but now it's gotten to a point where we have to prove who needs the other. Like, no, there is a beauty in a power couple. Everyone talks about power couples. It's not about two people that are just like they take over the world. The power is how much they believe in each other. When you see people believe in each other, even the negative shit that they have, even the fights don't matter. That just becomes normal. People that don't believe in each other look for reasons to make those fights the reason why they leave.
I think the enemy is always going to come at people who have it together at a couple, because I've experienced that, dude. Like,
Yeah.
And it comes and goes in waves, you know. Like sometimes business is tough, but we hold it strong at home, right? But sometimes the business is up, then the enemy is like, well, I'm going to come after you guys in your relationship. And I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Or your children, or personal life, or whatever it is. But I think that's why it's very important to bring God into your relationship. It does make you better. Like, to me, one of the biggest things that I've done, one of the best things is bringing God into my relationship, is because ultimately when you answer to him and when you try to be better by him, you end up being better in your home, in your family, in your business, in your surrounding, and around everybody else. It's like a domino effect.
Yes.
And people forget that, because if you really read the scripture, and I know you do too, like, I don't put my faith in church or pastors.
Yeah.
I don't. My wife, just like you, growing up Catholic in a Hispanic household, seeing all that preach, but do evil shit, gossip, curse, and betray people. Like, that's such a horrible representation, and it's very common in Catholicism and in Christianity too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it pisses me off, because it just gives us a bad name. And so it took her a while to assimilate. And when I remember first time bringing her to church, she didn't want to stand up. She's just like, so, and now she's better than me at it, you know, reading scripture and stuff. What I'm trying to say is, don't ever place your own understanding of faith or love for faith in a church or in a pastor, because they're human beings.
Yeah, that's
and
the
human
truth.
beings get corrupt. Not even, unfortunately, not even Bibles, because I found out recently they rewrote Bibles, like in the 60s and 70s, and they corrupted shit too.
I mean, King James. I mean, you think about the King James Bible.
So like, really reading the Bible, asking God for wisdom and discernment to understand the Bible, that's what it comes into. Because sometimes I read the Bible like, what is this? Like, I don't understand.
Especially when it's the son of, when you read like 2 pages.
Yeah,
and it's I know.
Dude, speaking of that, I laughed at that. And there's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. I recently found out that's how crazy the Bible has some crazy stuff in it. And that's how I know it's written by God, dude. And the more I'm learning, the more I'm understanding. I guess I'm going to mix up some details, but the portion that talks about like the geology of where Jesus came from, if you take the names and you translate them from Hebrew, they mean something. Like in Hebrew, names mean something. And you translate them, it literally means like the Son of God to came to die on earth for man's sin.
Wow.
It blew my mind, dude, because I was always like, why is there 2 pages of names, the Son of,
know.
the Son of, the Son of, like,
Yeah,
why do I need to know that?
That's twice removed.
But once
like
I found out that in Genesis and I look at the interpretation, it just means like
Wow.
the names that they had interpreted from Hebrew just literally says like, and don't quote me on that, like the Son of God who came on earth to die for man's sin.
Wow.
And I was like, I'll send it to you. I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
Definitely. That's
So
that's
there's a
crazy.
reason
Yeah,
for that.
That makes
and then,
sense.
And if you start reading the Bible and you start putting together, going back into this verse and that verse, and it's like, wow, this is like a mosaic, dude.
Yeah,
It literally, everything comes together. So there was no mistake when.
There's so much of that we probably haven't even discovered
We have
yet.
no idea, dude. We have no idea. And just the wisdom, like I learned business from Bible. I was
Yeah.
like, nobody ever told me you can, like, God expects you to, just today I was reading Proverbs, God expects you to be honorable in business. Doesn't matter if it's $5 or $5 million. Somebody's watching or not. Be honorable in business. That's the expectation. Don't try to justify it by some other people's wrongdoings. Like,
Yes.
It'll walk you through relationship covered, business covered, friendship covered, like all kinds of stuff is covered
Everything.
in
Being
there.
a father. Yeah. Everything.
Fatherhood covered, dude.
Absolutely everything.
Yeah. I did not understand God and how
Makes
He loves
sense.
us and treats us until my daughter was born.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, that's how the Father sees us. That's how He loves us. Because there's nothing I would do for my daughter.
Absolutely.
Nothing, dude. And the same thing for you, for your sons.
Absolutely. I don't even think like when people talk about it, like I had someone ask me if I ever thought he would be like if I didn't have kids, and I'm like, no. Like my kids are what like I feel like becoming a dad is when I feel like I'm like, man, like I'm a man now. Like I have my kids. Like
Yeah.
I have my wife. I have my kids. Like I'm doing man shit now. I gotta be a better man. Did I fuck up a lot, especially in my 20s? Yes. I was my immediate thought, obviously, I'm very myself. So when I was bad, like when I was really like in my down spiral, whatever came to my mind, I did. I've always been that way. Whatever comes to my mind, I do. That's why I say a lot of things in rooms that some people are like, did you just say that? And I just have to stand on it. Yeah, I did. I sometimes I think faster than I speak, but as time has gone, that is what has got me to be in these type of conversations. And I believe that every time that I've hit a rock bottom, God has always put people in my life to show me that He's still been there. So I know that I'm embracing things that I never did, and the more that I am, I mean, damn, even the book of Job, you know, like my divorce hit me so hard, you know, and like Hector talks about his right now, you know, like he's been talking about it, you know, just
The way he talks about it is hilarious.
yeah,
though.
yeah. But like when you talk to him, like there's you know the pain of it, man. Like I joke about it too, and I see it, bro. You know, like I see that in everyone that even if you were excited to get a divorce from a person, there was still a chance. There was still that time where you married them. You know, like you wanted to marry them. This was everything that you thought was going to be for better or for worse. Everything that that happy feeling of getting married, the honeymoon, the everything that you remember. For me, we fought so much towards the end. I got to a point in my life where I started thinking we were never happy. And it had to be my divorce, that rock bottom, to go through years of that to realize, holy shit, there's a reason why I had kids with her. There's a reason why I put a ring on there. There's a reason why I gave her my last name. There's a reason, you know, and that has been the healing part of me. And like what Hector's going through right now, like the beginning phase of that, man, I know what it is. I know what that divorce feels like. So like any guy that I've ever seen go through that, thought of it, whatever, just being in that type of, damn, I fit every statistic in the military, or law enforcement. They say 70% divorce rate. Well, I added to it, you know, and but that was the only way that I could ever become the better version of myself, because I had to look within. I was looking at I'm like everyone else, looking at circumstances of why I am where I'm in. If I change my circumstances, I'll be better. Circumstances never make shit better. You could be wanting to kill yourself in Ibiza. You could literally be in the greatest place in the world. You can be in Dubai on vacation. People still commit suicide on vacations. So it's never outward, it's always within.
Well,
And
at some point, every man has to look within. And if he doesn't, life is going to force him to look within. And if he's got no tools and is not prepared to see what's inside of him, that's how you eat a bullet.
Yep. That is a fact.
That's how you eat a bullet. Because I'm sure you sound like you've been on that end.
I
I've been
have.
on that end. And, dude, when you start thinking certain thoughts, it's like, well, is that all I am? Is that all it is in life?
Yeah.
Because once you really hit that, you have that conversation with yourself, you're like, okay, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Because once you realize you really realize, like, listen, I'm full of shit. I'm weak. And I can be better. I need to be better. There's almost like, it helps you. It opens up this internal source of energy. And you're like, I know I can be better. Like all these lies that I've created, all this persona that I try to create, this image that I've had, all this bullshit. This is bullshit. But the good thing is, I know it's bullshit, so I can actually build something.
Yeah.
It's already level ground. I
Yeah.
can build it now. Now this is the start.
It's like we've been carrying a 200-pound backpack and forgot about it. And you're like, wait a minute. I could just take this shit off.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
Like it's even in the, man, there's people that are homeless and happier than people in homes. Like, and that's not everyone, but there are people that have just embraced where they're at so much so that they're happy where they're at. And you can look at, I mean, damn, you drive through those little towns when you're going on road trips where people are really out there by themselves. They could be the most depressed people in the world, or they could be the happiest. Mm-hmm. But everything is all based on like people's perception. And the fault with perception is when you let other people's perceptions dictate your future, because you're so worried about what you're going to look like in the middle of all their perceptions. I mean, shit, the way to be successful is I don't think there's ever been a successful person in this world where everyone loved them.
Nah.
Like never. Like there's always something people have to pick out.
Impossible.
But most people chase perfection. I did. Like I think that's what we all do in some aspect. We do. Like everyone wants to be, you think about basketball players shooting 3,000 shots a day, whatever, just to miss 10 the next game, go 0 for 20. But they made 3,000 the day before. They don't quit. Mm-hmm. They keep doing it. Any weight training, like when you're really in the gym, when you get hurt, I know me, I still find ways to go around it. I'm not just going to be like, oh, I'm hurt, can't go to the gym for 3 weeks. If I listened to the doctor about everything they told me I can't do, I'd be in a wheelchair.
But it's science, bro.
Yes. Yeah, the science is this.
Yeah. So what's next for Gio?
So I'm actually going to be starting a podcast, Concrete Hooligans, that's in the works. I actually have a meeting within the next week on trying to escalate it quicker. So I'm going to speak it into existence and say it will happen, but it's happening. I do know podcasting is my thing. I really do love this because I like connecting with people. And I feel that this is the best avenue. I feel like cognitive behavioral therapy always helped me. If anyone doesn't know what that is, it's just being in a room of people that's had, whether it's like-minded, any type of thing in life. And it's the benefit of hearing people talk about their personal experiences that makes these awesome.
We have a showroom and a podcast studio in Vegas if you need to use it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I'll send you the location.
Oh,
absolutely. Yeah, we have a built-in studio there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, just jump in and go record. I don't know if it's I'll put you in touch with a guy that's in charge of that showroom. But yeah, it was built in there. Kevin, my partner, records there. I don't really go to Vegas. I record here.
Yeah.
When he goes there, he just did a podcast there with Trey Dog from the Dog Pound.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, it's available. Now that they're doing something, putting something together. But yeah, the studio is there.
I'm down.
Go record, bro.
Hell yeah.
Full setup.
Oh man, thank you, dude.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, I'm absolutely would love to do that.
If you need if you need building up your studio, I can have Jesse build it up for you or anything you need, bro. I'll send you a list of all this equipment. I saved it when I was building my studio.
Please.
So I sent it to a bunch of people because I went through the hassle of what's the best light? And I did it on a budget at the time.
Yeah.
So I know the pain, dude, of finding good lights, good equipment.
Hell yeah.
Now it's like, okay, I can afford bougie cameras and all that stuff and a second studio over there that I'm building.
Yeah.
But back then I was like, when I starting in
this is what I like. I love this shit. This design you have, everything that you have.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is what I want to do.
Thank you. It just and it's good. Like I love talking to people, getting to know people, learning their stories, because I've always been that way. Like tapping into a person's mind and learning from them, learning from their experience. It's and sometimes like I had people cry here before. Dude, I had
Yeah.
a Holy Spirit experience here one time. For sure, it's good, man. I think podcasting is a way to go because we've lost the art of communication. This is what
Yes.
we freaking do every day, dude. Like this,
Yep.
the simple art of communication, the human presence,
Eye contact.
yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, and now it's like okay, it's good. It's good for men to talk, especially. I don't know. I enjoy it, man.
Yeah,
get to
because
know
you
a
always feel
person.
lighter after every time you have. Like to me, anytime I do these just appearances, I always feel lighter after because each one is a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time for me was I was nervous, like it's whole different. But as it keeps going, the talking part, I'm like, dude, I talk too much anyways. Like this will be fun for me.
Yeah, and then eventually, as it's a little different being the host.
Yeah.
So you'll see, man.
No, that makes
'Cause, like
sense.
just earlier today, I was out there, next to Marlon, and just we were a guest, and we were like talking,
yeah.
right? We're asking
Oh,
questions,
yeah.
we're talking. Now I come here, and I'm like, okay, well, I listen to you. It's different flow as a host, right? You got to keep the flow. I have my own curiosity questions. I can't get
Yeah.
too excited. And, it's different, but you'll see. But both give you a good perspective, and you
Yeah.
learn. And you learn because you also
Yeah.
can't be too selfish. Because I've been on a podcast before where the person just talks and talks and talks, and I'm like, well, you wanted me as a guest here.
Yeah,
so
that's the truth.
I mean, you have a solo episode, have a solo. Like I have solo episodes and I have guest episodes, and this is where is your time. I should probably shut the hell up now, but this is your time to talk.
That makes sense. Yeah, that
We'll
makes
see.
sense.
Practice that. Yeah. Well, listen, man. I enjoyed this conversation, and definitely
too.
we should definitely link up. Purpose of a pleasure. We'll support
Absolutely.
Concrete Hooligans.
Yes, absolutely.
Anytime, and
And Concrete Hooligans, it's about people that knuckleheads that have changed their life, or just anything. Like it's knuckleheads. If you're grown up on the concrete, it's you scrape your knees, you keep going. You play, you get hurt, you keep going. That's what it's about. It's not about anything else other than just continuing to go. So I like stories of people that have remade themselves, or just people that have improved. So I just like the mindset of what it takes to just keep to keep white knuckling it through life.
It's inspiring. I had a pastor sit here who was a criminal, drug dealer, meth cook, sold his soul to the devil. He's a pastor now. He baptized me.
Wow.
Listen, that story is crazy.
Yeah, I need to hear that one. That one is crazy.
Yeah, he was just a guest speaker in my coaching group a couple of days ago. But yeah, she still has an anarchist tattoo right here, all tatted up. I put her on a blast at the gym. He's like, oh, you don't look like a pastor at all. Why? He's like, hey, God has his ways of inviting people and turn to something from nothing. And I am here. I'm a testimony to that. Crazy story. But I think you are a good representation of somebody who's a free speaker. Like you speak your mind, you speak from the heart, you don't come off as somebody who's full of shit, and I really respect and admire that, and I think you will pass on that good character trait to your sons,
Thank you.
and they will ultimately get a lot of respect from other men, because it is in men you can sense if not the man is full of shit.
Yes.
We still as men we can sense bullshit. People sense bullshit. So if you're like unauthentic, if you're somebody who's trying to fake it, you can trust a snake to be a snake, but it's always going to come out on surface.
Absolutely.
So definitely never lose that trait, brother. Definitely. And if anything I can do to help you, Marlo speaks very highly of you.
Yeah, Marlon's awesome.
And he's
Like,
a great guy.
that's-
I love
yeah,
that
he
guy.
is.
He's a great guy.
He when I say like older people that I need to look that are good guidance, that he fits that like to the T. Yeah, Marlon
good.
is a great man.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Any help that I could take, that'd be awesome, man. Because that's all I've been.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. It's iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
We forgot the rite of passage. We forgot that we're not lonely islands. We forgot to help each other as men. Like all that shit, they brainwashed us that, our men are now walking around suffering as lonely islands, and other men hating on each other. Like you said that example before, like a hotties compliment hotties, but men always shit on each other.
Yeah.
That's sad, dude.
Yeah.
So we need to bring all that back.
Yes.
That's how they unite us. That's how it's men get in trouble, men do stupid things, men get incarcerated, men kill each other or commit suicides or just it hurts. It hurts. So
Yeah.
dude, it's a good man will a basketball player will never make fun of you taking a shot. A businessman never gonna talk shit about you taking out a loan.
Yeah.
It's always people who are below you who
Yes.
can't do what you're doing, who don't want to do what you're too lazy or too whatever. They're the ones who talk shit about you.
Yes.
Guys who have
Absolutely.
been there, done that, only give you a hand.
Yes.
It's just like that, bro.
That is
And
the truth.
That's
That
how
is-
you figure out who's a bullshitter, who's a hater, and who's really out there to help you out, man.
Thank you for that. That actually makes so much sense.
Yeah, you'll see.
Hell
You'll see.
yeah,
And
hell yeah.
you do that to you do it to your boys, and the time will come where you sit in there one day in your office in your podcast room, you do it to somebody else, and that's what
Yeah, that's
God
what I
put us
yeah.
on this planet for, to serve others. You're born and you'll die one day, and in between, that beginning and the end, you just want to be able to serve as many people as you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
That's the
Hell
truth,
yeah.
brother.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, of course. I want to ask you this question. This is what I kind of close out with. I always ask my guests, and it's a two-part question, right? What do you think is the point of life or the purpose of life? And for a lot of guys out there who are lost, how do you think they can find their purpose in life or create their purpose in life?
I think God has put us here to show his will, to do his. God is love, right? And I believe as men, because God made us in his image, I believe it's the men's. I really believe that our love is healing, right? When a kid feels a man's love, when they feel a father's love, obviously the mother's love is protection and they feel that, but there's a certain level of security that men provide. So many men are insecure themselves nowadays that they don't even feel secure in being themselves. You think about the World War II era from across the whole world. People were joining at 14 to go fight a war.
Lying about their age.
Yeah. And that's because everyone believed in they believed in men. The women believed in men believed in men. Every man from every side of the war, whatever you thought, they believed in themselves and going to be the reason why this is why we win. There's a common goal. Men believed in each other. Men don't believe in each other. I feel that people spend more time trying to find the faults in someone rather than just trying to believe in the best that someone could be. And I feel that the way to start with that is everywhere you go, like if you hold a door for someone nowadays, they get taken back by it because it's like most people just open the door and let it shut on someone. When you take the time to hold the door, my kids hold the door for people. It's something that's lost, right? But every time they do, they're getting told by old ladies or older people, "Thank you, young man. Thank you." Every guy, as we get older, we get less compliments, right? But that's not what it's about. Like, it's not about the compliments. It's about what you produce in this world. Why aren't you the one making people feel better? Why do you need the compliments so much? Why don't you just make someone else's day feel better? What if you never get a compliment, but you gave 10 and 10 people are happy with themselves and you're just mad that you didn't get one? What if all 10 of those people really love you for that compliment you gave them and you're so worried about not getting the same thing back? So the way to look is it's literally treat others how you want to be treated. And if you really want to be treated like that, if you want to come home to the people that they just can't wait for you to be home, you also have to make them feel like you can't wait to be home with them. It's mutual.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. I like that. Yeah, because if you want to come home, you want to make him feel like it. That's crazy because a lot of times, a lot of men want a happy family, want their wife who respects them, want children who love them and miss him. But I always tell them, hey, in order to get that, you have to be that kind of guy. You have to be that kind of man. You can't just come home and because you're tired and lay your butt on the couch, crack a beer open.
Yeah, and my wife loves me because she takes care of me every day. They have been waiting.
They'll get tired of it eventually.
They've been waiting for you to come home. That part of you that they love when they held you, when you hug them, all that security stuff. That is what honestly, every woman that's like in a marriage, like the true ones that are married, that's really all that's what they're there for. They're there to be with you through all of it. So then a lot of times I know that that's what I forgot. I worked so much and I slept a lot, but I never took into accordance of how she felt alone. I just got mad at her for getting mad at me for making money, you know?
Yeah, I recently got in trouble for that. My wife called me out on it because it's hard. It's dude, as a business owner and operator, as a sole provider, like in my mind is like, well, that's my job. That's what I do, and I'm good at that. And but then you notice like when she told me, hey, listen, like I'm right here with the baby every day. You're out there in the world, yeah, you're hustling, grinding, you're providing, but what about me?
Yeah.
And my initial reaction was like, "What do you mean? What about you?
Yeah.
You have my card. You order for
You
whatever
could
you
do
want for
whatever.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want." And it's like, no, that's not what I want. And I was like, I thought about it really, like, you know what? She's right. So I was like, I need to like come home and just put my phone away, have dinner. That dinner time with her is dinner time with her. I take Sundays off with the family, like, and you have to actually do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I suck at being present.
Yeah. So me
I
too.
suck at right here doesn't
Yeah.
stop, man.
Yeah, me too. I get that.
And I think it's just is a part of men too.
Yeah.
And it's like I have to like stop,
Yeah.
stop, like shut off.
That's exactly, yeah. But see, I'm happy for you though that you see all that. Like, I wish that I saw that in my whole marriage. I'll be honest, I never did. Like, I was still stuck in that. I was so young-minded that I was still stuck in thinking like that. Like, well, I'm the one doing all this work, and you're at home all the time. Let's switch jobs. I always used to say that. I'll be at home. You come and do this. Like, I remember saying that a lot. But then, we're not emotional in the same way that they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're providers. We're protectors. They just want to be acknowledged. Most of it. That's really all it comes down to. As much as we want to be, so do they.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I know that I'm becoming a better man, because that's how I look at myself, because I know I'll get married again. I know that's something I want. I believe in marriage. I believe in the holiness of it.
Marriage.
And a lot of people don't anymore, but I do.
Remember that, and this is what made a lot of sense to me. The enemy comes at you in different shapes or forms, right? And a lot of times we think, well, the only way it's going to ruin my marriage is if I cheat or she cheats or something bad happens, right? Or alcohol or addiction or drugs or porn, right? Once I kind of like healed myself, got out of my 20-year plus porn addiction, drinking and partying, all that, and lust under control, overworking, the hustle and grind. That's also from the enemy. And It sounds like he got you.
Yes, he did.
Through that, because overworking and not shutting this off, because it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm working. You like the house you live in, you like the car you drive, like you like to I'm working. But then you think about it, yeah, that's a way of escaping. That's a way of him pulling you away from the family, from yourself, from all that. Like, I know people who have so much PTSD and trauma in their head that they can't sit still. They can't sit in silence. Legitimately, they admitted to me, like, I can't. I gotta do something.
Yeah.
And so they constantly work, and they're great at it, but they can't sit in silence because this right here just destroy them.
Yeah, that's the truth, man.
So just for your next marriage, dude, I think just be mindful of that.
Yeah,
because it's not a bad thing, but it can ruin everything for you. Because it's almost bit me in the ass a few weeks ago, and I had to really take a step back and be like, you don't need to be out there so long. You need to focus on what's important, your family and God.
That's a fact.
Yeah, brother.
All
Well,
right.
listen, man. One last thing. How do they find you? And
Uh,
I'll put all your info.
Yeah, Gio the
everywhere.
Legend 89 on everything. I just made it easy. Gio the Legend 89.
Okay.
Every platform.
And I'll put everything. Like I said, you guys can connect with him, follow him. He puts a lot of interesting thought. Like, you put a lot of deep thoughts out there, content.
Yes.
Wise, and when I scroll sometimes, I'll pause and I'll listen to you, and you keep it really raw and authentic. A lot of it is CO related, so
Yes.
it's like, okay, it's maybe not so much for me, but a lot of your content is also you talk about real shit.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's good whether you're wearing a shirt or not, bro. I
Yeah.
give a shit about that.
No, I know.
I don't care. Don't bother me.
Yeah, no, it's just funny how people think like that, Just
It's a trip, man. Whatever. The subtle art of
not giving a fuck.
Exactly. Amen, brother. Well, thank you, Gio, again
Well,
for coming,
thank you.
man. It was a pleasure to have you, and hopefully next one we'll do it again. It'll be on your channel. man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
1000%.
Good. We'll see you soon. See you soon, brother.
All right.
Yeah.